Hey there, Internet. It is currently roughly 9 a.m. on a very rainy Thanksgiving, and I'm sitting out here in my greenhouse listening to it all come down. And apologies for the crap audio, but, well, if you've been here before, you're no stranger to my crap audio anyway. Actually, first off, I do want to say thanks to my baker's dozen of subscribers. Never in my life did I ever thought I'd start posting on YouTube, let alone get 13 of you interested enough to stick around and listen to me ramble on in my backyard about nothing in particular, but I appreciate it. So yeah, I don't have a whole lot going on this Thanksgiving. It's going to be pretty low-key here. I've got, well, there's my nuclear family. You've heard about my husband and my son already. They live with me, but we also have 4 housemates. And my husband's probably going to be going to his fellow conservative friend's house for Thanksgiving. They're probably going to be very celebratory there. And the housemates and I are going to have Chinese for lunch. They're treating me. And then I'm also making like a little Thanksgiving dinner for my son and I, and anyone else who happens to partake, like just a little, like roasted breast, some fixins on the side. What is all that noise back there? Anyway, so yeah, I'm not sure how Thanksgiving's going to be in other households around here. I'm sure all over the country it's going to be either one of 3 options: a funeral dirge, a wild celebration, or some either very awkward or very tense and very explosive mix of the two. But I guess whatever Thanksgiving turns out to be for you guys, I hope that we all get through it okay. Like, I've been thinking a lot lately about community and community building, and like I'm so thankful for the little community that I have here in my household, like, and how we look out for each other and take care of each other. And it's kind of what I wanted to touch on today. Like, oh, there's a cardinal outside. Hey, bird. So I tend to look at things as like a microcosm, you know, like sort of, you can kind of fractally extrapolate, you know, a bigger picture. Let me describe, like, so when you have a baby, right? A baby cries because its needs aren't getting met. We meet those needs. It's only normal for a baby to not cry when it's been extremely neglected and it learns that no one's ever coming to fix what's wrong. And when you have a kid and you're responsible for that life, typically, you know, how this whole thing runs is that you meet the child's needs, and from the jump, you start teaching that child that you're going to be there to help them do things on their own when they can. You know, teach them how to do things on their own. Get them to do things on their own when they can. But if they can't, we'll be there for you. And I look at, like, a community much like that. Like, not to infantilize anyone, but the fact is, we are all creatures of need. Needs cannot be met on one's own. The idea of like the lone survivor, you know, the rugged individualist out there in the wilderness, it is a myth. Like, yeah, there are people who can go out on their own into the wilds naked with nothing but an old tin can, and, you know, they'll come marching out of the woods 6 months later wearing a full bear hide or whatever. I mean, sure. But that's the exception, you know. Most humans will always have needs that are too great. I hope everyone's okay back there. That are too great to be met on one's own. And I guess what I'm saying is, folks be out here so afraid to rely on each other. Because, I guess, American hyper-individualism. But, like, that's the whole point of community, is a bunch of people with an ebb and flow of sometimes we need each other, sometimes we're the ones who are the ones giving the aid. It's like, it's not like a tit for tat kind of thing, you know, like you scratch my, like it's not like, you know, I'm only helping you because, you know, now you owe me like a contracted owing or money or something. It's like, because we genuinely care about each other, we know that sometimes you're gonna need me and sometimes I'm gonna need you. And by going back and forth and taking care of each other back and forth like that, we build bonds. And we learn that we're gonna be there for each other. And we learn that we're not alone. Like, I guess what I'm saying is, don't be afraid to look for your community, to reach out, to have needs, and don't be afraid to open yourself up to saying yes. Like, for instance, the earbud I'm wearing right now is a cheap dollar store earbud, right? Because I had a really nice pair that I happened to lose while out on one of the local nature trails. And I posted in a couple of the local Facebook groups, and like, folks were kind enough to, while they were out there on their walks, go looking for them for me. I even made a new friend, you know, like, if you just, we have been indoctrinated to not only continue perpetuating our own cycles of loneliness, but accepting them, I feel. Like, without reaching out, without standing firm and catching hold of the people who are reaching out, without that give and take, we're just gonna keep on being lonely, you know? And I don't want that for any of y'all. Like, I've got a great community here. You know, we take care of each other. We're good to each other. And I'd like to see what I can do to help foster more of that out there. You know, like, and if this is one step in that direction, then great. We are all part of a lineage of birth and death and evolution and growth and change and holding firm together and forging forth together a lineage that has spanned all the way back to the dawn of life on this planet. Every single one of us is connected to that same familial web if you go back far enough. So if you think about it, when you're reaching out into the void, technically, you are reaching out to family. You shouldn't be afraid to reach out to family. Anyway, to all those who celebrate, happy American Thanksgiving. For me, it's always been a bit of an odd holiday, being an immigrant kid. You know, Dad being a little white dude from New England and my mom being from the Philippines, we always had like turkey and lumpia, stuffing, and fish with a head still on it. So, you know, it's not exactly a tradition that I was like really given to believe there were very deep roots in my family. And, you know, it's a complicated holiday for a lot of folks, but I hope that whatever y'all are doing, however y'all are handling the day, I hope that it's a good one for you. Anyway, thanks for sticking around, Internet. I'll see you for the next one.